Welcome back to another episode of the Experts in Fire podcast. I'm your host, Mike Vennard, and with me today is Randy Mowry. Today's episode is The Future of Outdoor Living. Let's get into it. Hey Randy, how you doing today, brother?
I am doing good. Another beautiful Michigan day, Mike.
It is gorgeous out. It is gorgeous out. The sun is peeking through. There's big puffy clouds in the sky. The birds are chirping. All is well. All is well in the world. I mean, don't watch the news or anything, but, you know.
No. Definitely stay away from that part of it, and you're fine.
You know what, though? It is 100% a day to be thinking about and talking about the future of outdoor living, because I literally am sitting here going, I want to grab my laptop and just go outside and sit.
It is really nice out.
And we have decided that we're talking about the future of outdoor living. So I'm assuming we're just kind of putting our future goggles on, jumping in our DeLoreans, or looking into the seeing glass of the all-knowing eye, so that we can look at the future of outdoor living.
Let me change my glasses. Hold on one second.
But one of the cool things that we get to do, and I just came back from the HD Expo in Las Vegas, is look to what designers and techs, and I mean, the future is so cool when you start thinking about and talking about the things that you're going to be doing and we can currently do outdoors. So I've really been looking forward to this episode. Tell me, what do you see in the future of outdoor living?
You know, the trend in outdoor living spaces is forever changing, but we do see a pretty strong shift to we'll call it the more sophisticated fire features, which include like fire pits, fire tables, even fireplaces. You know, people are incorporating these into their outdoor spaces more and more for warmth, focal areas, the socializing, then the overall ambiance of, having flame and things like that out there. But the designs also, becoming more customized, integrated to the overall outdoor aesthetic with all the options of gas, electric, even some of the biofuels. We don't offer them, but even using some of the biofuels. But we also want to make sure that because we always talk about it, emphasis on safety and sustainability, when we're talking about all of these products, Mike.
Yeah, there's so much going on in the outdoor space that the majority of booths you even walk by at shows nowadays have outdoor displays, and majority of companies are offering an outdoor experience. And it's really interesting to sit back and look at how, even when I started with Woodland 11 years ago, Randy, and started with you, it was a lot of push on the indoor fireplaces, gas versus wood. Propane was going through the roof. Everybody was switching over to wood or natural gas. You had all these. It was almost political drama at the time that was driving this. And now we've watched the entire industry shift from fireplaces to outdoor space. And it's been fun to watch kind of grow and come to be.
Yeah, I was going to say, no, absolutely. And, what you're talking about there, one of the big things that we're seeing more and more folks is incorporating some kind of smart technology into these outdoor spaces, basically to control everything, So there's a number of ways to do that too, Mike.
Yeah, let's talk through some of those, Randy, because I remember scrambling. People were saying, hey, I've got my whole smart home system runs my swimming pool. I want to be able to run my fire pit off of it too. And I remember us walking around going, there were only 13, 14 of us at the time going, what the heck do we use? Is there something? Yeah. We were making phone calls everywhere across the country.
Right?
And yeah.
I know, we're calling everybody. Hey, what's going on, man? This guy wants to do this.
and we're talking to our manufacturers, engineers, and they're blowing our minds. Anytime you talk to an engineer, it could be a great conversation, or it could be I call it the Patrick Star and the orb of confusion conversation, right? It's just kind of like numbing as you talk to them. They're so smart. But nowadays, there's so much available. You threw a list together, Randy. Why don't you run through it?
Yeah, so when it comes like the smart ignition systems for any of the products that you're putting out there regarding like fireplaces, fire pits, things like that, the ignition systems, we're seeing, everybody wants to be able to control it remotely via like a handheld remote or some type of app, which allows that, easy to start that fire feature, to turn it off. There's also, we've had a number of things, and I think it's going to continue to go this way, where they can vary that control. So some kind of smart control with a high-low feature to regulate that intensity up and down, control the flame height, things like that. And then, I mentioned it already, but a remote control. We're seeing, more and more, these smart hubs or voice assisted controls and things like that, just to be able to do voice command, whether it's through an app or just a separate type of little countertop device, be all integrated into the, to the outdoors, because they're tying in all these automated systems into their homes. And they want to be able to use what they're adding to their home for their outdoor fire features as well. So we're seeing huge swing towards that smart technology part of it. And, and there's a wide range of products that are out there that do those things, that allow for that and just allow for that convenience as well.
But I think the most important thing, without nerding out too much on the smart home technology, is understanding the system that you use and how you can add to it.
Correct. Yeah, exactly. Because they're based on what a person wants to use their smart system for. They may be looking at one system and then have to switch to something else to be able to use it as a whole for everything. And obviously, that's not a business that I'm familiar with as far as the different models and manufacturers. I know a couple of the ones that we have here locally, but that's just definitely some questions you want to ask those folks. Hey, I'm doing this TV, this fireplace, this fire pit. Am I going to be able to control it with the unit that you're offering, the smart system you're offering? Then I'm going to add a pool 2 years down the road. Am I going to be able to do that? So that is a huge swing, and it's just getting more and more popular because, like you kind of, already alluded to, is those things are becoming way more available than ever before. The programs, the systems, it's pretty unlimited at this point.
Yeah, it is. It's impressive what can be done nowadays just by switching out a light switch to a smart switch, And the question becomes, do you want to have multiple apps, or are you trying to run it all through a single app? There's so much to do. The point is, when it comes to your outdoor space, though, these things can be added to your smart home system. How cool is it to just hit a button on your phone and you look outside and your fire pit lights up, your tiki torches turn on, your name it, whatever you have out there can be controlled right there from your phone, and you can just go out and enjoy. You don't have to run around the house and go, hey, go flip that switch.
Right.
Right. It's pretty neat. It's a pretty neat experience, man. So that piece we were excited to talk about because of our experience. Randy and I lived it together, running around talking to engineers. We had people out. They came out and tried to explain their systems to us, and we were like, okay, but they have this home system. They're trying. That's all I was looking for as an answer.
I know, right? Oh, man. It's like, don't confuse me any more than I already was, please.
Right. So when it comes to the outdoor space, that's a huge piece of a huge pickup that we've seen in our industry that we're excited about. What other types of things? Because, Randy, there's a wide range of products out there. What other things are you seeing that are coming about?
Yeah, so when it comes to the outdoor spaces and the products themselves, one of the ones I was pretty excited about, it's new for us. It's been many years, but outdoor furniture. We're bringing in furniture back to Woodland Direct. Folks wanting, not only stylish, but they want durable outdoor furniture. And that could be everything from even dining tables to loungers around the pool, sofa tables, rocking chairs, reclining rockers, just something that's creating a comfortable seating environment. And so that's one of the things, I'm definitely excited about our furniture lines that we're going to be offering and having on the website. We already have one up and running right now. So that was good to see.
We've onboarded 5, so they're already building the second one and the third one, and we're working on onboarding a 6th right now. So yeah, more of that to come, because people do enjoy good furniture, and I have to stress that. I mean, furniture is like fire pits, right? You can get a $150 fire pit all the way up to a $6,000 fire pit, $8,000 fire pit, depending on the electronic ignition you want. It's the same thing with furniture. You can hit the big box store and get a $300-$400 set, all the way up to we'll be selling a single chair for $6,000. But I am so impressed at, because the human mind immediately goes, whoa, can there really be that much quality difference between $400 and $6,000? And there is.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, when you talk furniture, you can even use indoor furniture. Indoor furniture, I have a couch that's at my folks' house. It is older than my daughter, leather couch. I won't throw out the name there, but it was expensive. It's something that I brought back from North Carolina when I moved back to Michigan. And it is still in their house. My daughter, it's older than her. Versus she's gone through a couple other pieces that are just not as of the quality of that leather piece that I brought back a few times over. And so, it's when you buy a good quality piece of really anything, when you do your due diligence and you're shopping for things, we all do it for whether it's cars or whatever the case may be. But, things will last. And that's one of the things that I'm excited about with our furniture is that's one of the things that you and your team have done is making sure that we're bringing on some good quality furniture for folks and explaining the differences of what they're going to be doing. Furniture, you're going to be using it. It's going to be sitting out there. It's going to get weather. It's going to get beat up, covered or uncovered. It's still outdoors.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And you say beat up. I agree. However, it's amazing what the weather can do to water will always find a way. And this furniture is made to last. So I'm super excited about it. Super excited to get it especially in front of our pros. I know you've been bringing in pros to the showroom there in Auburn Hills and walking folks through. It's just a great option when somebody's spending as much money as they are in their backyard to have an excellent option in furniture as well and know it's going to last. I'm not even going to think about this for 10 years,
Exactly.
And in your case, the leather couch, 20 plus years, because I know how old we are, so I know how old your daughter is. You have fire-related questions, and we have answers. You can email us your questions at podcast@woodlanddirect.com or give us a call at 586-221-3638. We would love to be able to answer them right here on the Experts in Fire podcast.
Yeah, so outdoor furniture is number one. I put it at number one only because I was excited to talk about it. Of course, your outdoor cooking equipment, we're going to always see that, whether that's, grills. We're seeing a lot of smokers. Pizza ovens are continuing to be popular. And then, overall, just not just freestanding, grills and smokers and pizza ovens, but these outdoor kitchens, built-in kitchens are becoming way more popular for entertaining outdoors versus just having a freestanding, roller-style grill. So
yeah, I agree. The kitchen island is no longer just in the house. It's becoming pretty standard to have outside.
Yeah, everybody wants to extend that cooking outside. So
all your amenities, nice bar to sit at.
Yeah, wife wants you cooking your turkeys outside, not inside anymore. Things like that.
Exactly. You're right. You're 100% right. I'm going to throw one in here though. On the outdoor cooking side, and that is a huge rise in pellet grills.
It is. I forgot about that, actually.
Yeah, and they are very popular because of the smart technology that comes with them. My son bought an off-brand, and we were at the shooting range one day, shooting sporting clays, and he goes, "Oh, the meat's done." I'm like, "What?" He's like, yeah, I had the probes in and it just pinged my watch. So I checked my phone and my phone said we've hit internal temperature. So I turned it on to nothing but smoke. So we'll have this huge smoke ring in it by the time we're done shooting and get back. And I'm like, you're smoking meat right now, dude?
Oh, that's awesome. And does not surprise me.
Yep. No, it doesn't. Coming from him, huh?
No.
Now, I like the next bullet you have, the fire features themselves, because you point out some really cool things in here.
Yeah, fire features. So, of course, fire pits, fire tables, outdoor fireplaces. These are all going to add warmth, ambiance. And then, we're back to that focal point for gatherings. And that's what the fire features are doing for outside. Going, technology-wise, pretty much with those there's going to be smart technologies you're going to be able to use for all of those, different options.
When it comes to the fire features, people are using outdoor fireplaces, which I thought was super interesting because I always think fire pit.
I do too. It's like taking a while, and I don't know if it's just what it is in my head, but fireplaces. Because we are so used to fire pits, I've got my fire pit in the backyard. But the more and more of the outdoor spaces, especially in Michigan, if somebody's doing an extension off the back, we're seeing there again a combination of both. They may have a fire pit off to the side someplace. Or I give you my cousin, for example. He did this. He bought a fireplace from us, put it at the very end of a patio. Then up closer, he actually has a fire pit. So he has a couple different little seating areas based on what they're doing. There again, kind of going back to the furniture. He's got like a little lounge area, and then he has like this little deep seating area. It's really wild, but yes. And
it causes for different vignettes. You're right. It's like you're creating a home in open space, which is such a cool concept, right? Because you have the grill island, which is a bar as well. So you can entertain right there while you're cooking. Somebody can be mixing drinks or whatever. And then you can leave the kitchen space and have a table that incorporates fire, right? With some sweet furniture. And then you can also have another vignette where, like you said, deep seating. That's a lot of what I've seen. The larger couches with a small table and a fireplace. And you can entertain a whole bunch of people or pick what you're in the mood for tonight. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I had one gentleman that did the combination of both, and he's like, the fireplace is for when I have a group of people over. The fire pit is when I want to go outside and have a beer after work and just hit a button.
I love it. I'm only going to do work if I'm entertaining. I love it.
Exactly.
So, Randy, this is the cool stuff that is going on outdoors. The next one, though, we saw a huge rise in during COVID because of necessity. But we are also seeing that rise continue in this category because of just the ability to start your season earlier and extend your season later. And that category is patio heaters.
Yes, that is continuing to grow. I don't see that slowing down at all. Patio heaters, because with patio heaters, Mike, you can get gas. They can operate off of natural gas or propane. There again, it's going to be dependent on the space that somebody is looking to put those in, meaning confined spaces or open spaces. There's one product for each. And then, of course, electric patios, the patio heaters themselves. And those are just extending the outdoors just longer into the season, earlier into your seasons. And it's not just in the colder states. I mean, I've even been seeing them down in Florida a lot, in some of these warmer states, and even Texas, where it not necessarily getting bone-chilling cold in certain parts of those areas, but they're just there again. And with those two, we have manufacturers that have come out with little hubs that you can actually tie to smart systems now to be able to use those. Kind of going back to the smart technology thing, that technology is there as well. A gentleman that was just here in the design center yesterday I was pointing that out to him, and he had no idea that you could even do that with those. So it's pretty unlimited when it comes to those units as well.
I love it, man. And you're right. You and I both live down in Texas. So folks down there, if it gets to 65, it's freezing. We're up here at 65, taking our shirts off, trying to get a tan.
I know, right? Yeah. It's 120 degrees, and they got a saltwater heated pool.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like...
Exactly. Yep. But Pat, you're right though. Patio heaters continue to grow. They continue to become a key component of that outdoor space. Now, the next section, we're going to talk safety in this section, of course, and that is shade structures.
Correct. Yeah, I brought it up. It's obviously it's nothing that we offer, but they are popular products that we see a lot of our clients and contractors use for their clients. Shade structures, pergolas, the umbrellas, or like with the sails type shades. Retractable awnings. These are all different things that are really kind of protecting the space that somebody's building out if they're not doing a hard roof structure from the sun, rain, things like that, from, the hot weather, rainy weather, whatever the case may be, depending on where they're at. However, with those types of structures, the safety part of it is always clearances when you're putting any kind of fire, kind of going back to fire features, fire pits, barbecue grills even. I have a project right now that has a roof overhead, and they're having to do a hood vent over their barbecue grill because it's within that structure, so they can vent that to the outside. So we always want to stress clearances for these things, referring to the manufacturer's clearances, referring to the clearances for your shade structures, because there's a lot of those manufacturers that have a certain requirement as well. But those are very popular items these days, especially some of these like louvered shade structures where they open and close with a, some type of remote control or something like that.
I was at that show in Vegas, and I was talking to an umbrella guy, and he's like, man, people, it's like everything else, right? When you're money conscious and you're kind of like, it's an umbrella. What do I need to spend an extra $300-$400? The guy said, I can literally show you the data that the number of people who say no to the extra $300-$400 that end up buying a whole new umbrella within 2 years because it's not built the same. And he was walking, I'm nerding out. I'm at this show. I'm like, yeah, give me nerdy stuff. I love it. And it was the way they're made, everything has its place. But I'm sitting there because I compare everything to fire, right? And I'm thinking, well, you can't have an umbrella over top of fire. However, with the high-end furniture lines that we carry now, umbrellas are going to be an important part. So you get ready. You're going to get a lesson. You're going to get some learning here real soon, Randy.
Get some learning on umbrellas.
On umbrellas, for sure. To reiterate what Randy said, though, anytime there's fire underneath shade structure, there are rules that need to be followed. Please, please, please. Safety first, safety first. And if you ever have questions, manuals. Check your manuals. If you bought a fire feature from us, we can help you.
We can guide you in the direction, yeah. Because I have a retractable awning off the back of my property and my patio, and everybody knows not to use that fire pit when that awning's out.
All right, so if we go shade structures. Lighting. I love that you threw this one in there. Tell me about this.
Yeah, because lighting. I put LED lighting in there because that obviously everybody's using LED lighting. It seems like. But yeah, lighting in these outdoor, whether it's just your Edison lights, your string lights, those are some of the electric ones, some hanging electric lanterns, but we're also seeing even torches, gas torches. And, that's something that we have coming. And another exciting add-on to Woodland Direct will be like gas torches. They're just, they just think natural gas, propane. It's a real fire. It looks great. People want that, just creating that atmosphere of, and when I say the torches, I keep thinking of like one of our old houses that had like these gas torches on it. It just looked so cool. Just talk about changing the dynamic of your lighting in that space. But yeah, in there again, with LED lights and string lights and all those different things, a lot of those are controllable.
Lights on steps, Randy, is huge.
I mean, I have LED lights on my steps around my deck, and LED lights, and mine are solar, but they're nice and bright. You don't have to have something, but a lot of times with these LED lights, especially some of the jobs that we've done, they want to be able to control them with their smart system, and that's where some of the wired LED lighting systems and string lights and things like that come into play. But yeah, definitely lighting, custom lighting, versus your old school, just the, wall-mounted light on the back of the patio. I don't see that too often anymore, especially when someone's building an outdoor space. They want some custom lighting. They want something cool.
That is cool stuff. It is. Now, it really does lead right into the next one on the list here, and that's outdoor audio systems.
It does, because in some cases, it wasn't a property that I did. I did something inside for the gentleman, but I remember he sent me some pictures, and he had outdoor, his waterproof speakers, sound system. Everybody wants to put music all over the place, and why not outdoors? I mean, you're entertaining outside. But he had it tied to he had it like kind of linked to his light. So as the beat of the music was going, his lights were changing, and all I could think of is one of those shows, the Christmas light shows that you see seasonal.
Oh yeah,
it's like some kind of TV competition, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know about that, but yeah. But there it is. It's outdoor audio systems. You want to tie it to your lights? Go ahead.
So yeah, sound. I've been seeing, for years now. But they make them the shapes of rocks now. The speakers.
I know, it's crazy. It's like you could kick it and go, oh, that's my speaker.
Yeah, exactly. And all of those are smart. I have all of the little Siri ones around my house. She's probably going to start talking to us now. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff going on there for audio. Now, outdoor decor is the next one. And this one I was like, I wasn't sure about probably 3-4 years ago. But now this definitely fits right into what we're talking about.
It does. And it's, I was going to move it up by the furniture and stuff because it kind of goes with a little bit of that. But even at my own patio area, outdoor decor, think of rugs, throw pillows. Like when I'm talking to folks and they're kind of undecided on colors with fire pits, for example, I'll ask them about their furniture. Do you have rugs out there? Do you have, furniture? What color pillows are you doing? Are you doing, orange pillows? Are you doing yellow pillows? What color pillows are you doing to kind of help you guide to, towards the color of the fire pit that you want? Because it could all be, the accents, people are constantly personalizing their outdoor areas, their style areas with different colors and things like that. Yeah. So, I mean, it's important. And those things make up a lot of, I have actually somebody coming this Saturday. I'm meeting somebody here in the design center, and it revolves around the furniture that she picked and some of the colors that she's using with the furniture. And that's why she's coming to the design center to take a look at some fire features. She wants to get her eyes on some colors. So I feel it's important.
Agreed. It ties it all together. That, you watch the evolution of what you and I have walked through in the last 11, 12 years, and you see that it's gone from, like you mentioned, the grill that just rolls around to an entire thought out living area outside, which I think is so impressive. When you walk into a space like that, you feel like you're indoors, outdoors, and that's the goal, right? That is 100% the goal. The last piece here, though, is an important piece, and I'm so glad you threw this in, and that, because we're not a greenhouse, so we don't do any of this, but it is an important piece, right?
It is. It's the plants, the trees, all of the landscaping elements, flower beds, potted plants, everything that's going to kind of enhance the overall beauty, and we'll call it the tranquility of your outdoor space.
You got to have it. It gets you, I scroll through social media right now, and you see a lot about grounding. You see a lot about becoming connected back to the planet. Some of it's so intriguing to me, and I'm into that kind of stuff. But just getting outside to sit is so valuable to who you are as a person, to reconnect you to nature. And even if you're in a subdivision, the opportunity and ability to sit out and hear the birds, smell the fresh air, do everything you can outside is important. What we've walked through here, Randy, is a list of how you can do that better. We're here to help everyone understand how to put fire out there, offer an excellent selection, the best selection, I would say, of fire to be put outdoors, as well as furniture, as well as heating, and really work together with designers and landscape architects to get you the space you deserve. And for me, I just want to hang out with my wife outside, but if she's cold, guess what? I can get her 3 blankets, man, and I have an ottoman full of blankets just for that moment. And sometimes it's still not enough.
Right?
She's like, I'm going to go in. I hope this helped. Randy, thank you so much for putting this together, man.
I hope the list, help maybe people think of maybe some things, items that they didn't have, regarding the products and stuff like that, so they can just create their own personal, space outside. Get outside so that you can be outside longer.
That's it. Well, as always, if you have any questions or you want to add something to this as a listener, please don't hesitate to get a hold of us. And Randy, thank you so much for spending time with us, bro. I know you're taking time for making money, so I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.